Chevrolet, building a better way to see the USA.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, from Anaheim Stadium. This is Don Drysdale along with Dick Enberg, our producer-engineer Dick Nelson, and the second of this three-game set between the California Angels and the Texas Rangers. Tonight, Bill Singer, with a record of 19-13, going after his 20th victory of the year, and he will be opposed by right-hander Steve Dunning of the Rangers, who has won 1 and lost 8 on the year. The umpires making their way up to home plate. Salty Parker out with Bobby Winkle's lineup, and the newly appointed coach of the Texas Rangers and ex-Philadelphia Philly manager Frank Lucchese taking the lineup for manager Billy Martin. We'll be back with the lineups in just a moment, but we'd like to remind you that Fan Appreciation Night at Anaheim Stadium this year will include gifts for the youngsters. So why not plan on bringing the entire family to see the Angels and the Minnesota Twins on Saturday night? That will be September 29th. And the first 8,000 youngsters will receive souvenir gifts from the Angels. It's first come, first served for a choice among 3 ring binders, T-shirts, pennants, and pictures. And remember that the game begins at 7 p.m. on Fan Appreciation Night. That again Saturday, September 29th. Tickets on sale at Anaheim Stadium box office, which is open from 9 to 5:30 daily at Mutual and Liberty agencies and at UCB in Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. Now the lineup for tonight's game. First of all, for the visiting Texas Rangers, leading off and playing second base will be Dave Nelson. Batting second and at shortstop will be Jimmy Mason. Jeff Burrows will hit third and be in right field. Batting fourth and at first base will be Jim Spencer. Batting sixth, make that batting fifth, and in left field will be Alex Johnson as the Angels take the field. Batting seventh, and the designated hitter will be Don Castle. At third base will be the young rookie Bill Madlock. He will hit seventh. Batting eighth, the catcher Rich Billings, and batting ninth in center field, Vic Harris. And now from Anaheim Stadium, our national anthem. Starting pitcher Bill Singer to make his way to the mound.
This is KXTC Glendale, Phoenix 92.3 FM stereo. Don't miss the action as the Phoenix Suns score for needy youngsters in the season opener against the Seattle Supersonics Wednesday, October 10th. All proceeds from the game go to the Gazette Youth Fund.
Hitting third will be Frank Robinson. Bob Oliver hitting fourth and at third base. Batting fifth and at first base will be Tom McCraw. Hitting sixth and in right field, Richie Scheinblum. Billy Parker will hit seventh and be at second base. Jeff Torborg doing the catching and hitting eighth. And batting ninth and at shortstop, Dave Chalk. And the starting pitcher tonight, making his 39th start of the year. He has won 19 and lost 13 after his 20th victory, will be right-hander Bill Singer. Singer, an earned run average of 3.24. Won his 19th down at Texas last Thursday, 6-4. And, of course, Singer won 20 one more time, that with the Los Angeles Dodgers back in 1969. And a win tonight would make him the 12th pitcher in history since 1900 to win 20 or more in both the American and the National League. The umpires for tonight's game, Frank Humont behind the plate. At first base, Joe Brinkman. At second base, Dave Phillips. And over at third base will be Art France. Dave Nelson ready to step in, and to step in for the play, here's Dick Enberg.
Thank you, Don. Good evening, everybody. Bill Singer trying to become the second Angel pitcher this year to win 20 ball games. Nolan Ryan already with that 20th in the bank, and Ryan will pitch 2 nights from now against Minnesota. Dave Nelson starts it. Bill Singer swings into the windup. The first pitch of the game is a slider for a called strike. Defensively, Oliver at third, Chalk the shortstop, Parker at second, McCraw at first. They're in at the corners in respect to Nelson's speed. Pinson, Rivers, Scheinblum in the outfield. Slider is pounded foul. It's 2 strikes on Nelson. If Singer wins his 20th tonight, he'll become only the second pitcher since 1925 to win 20 ball games in both leagues. The 0-2 pitch. Inside with a fastball. We'll make that our little trivia question tonight. One other pitcher since 1925 has been able to win 20 games in both the American and National Leagues. We'll give you the answer in the bottom half of the inning. Singer winds the 1-2 pitch. Inside again with a fastball, 2-2. Jim Mason, then Jeff Burroughs to follow in the Texas first inning. Both teams a little back on their heels tonight after that incredible ball game last night. The pitch, slider pounded to third. Oliver charges. He hurries his throw across in time. Oliver had to come toward the line and about 15 feet in front of the bag to handle that one hop, and then on the run fired to McCraw for the out. Shortstop Jim Mason, a left-handed hitter. He's hitting .213. Jackie Moore coaching at first base for Texas with skipper Billy Martin over at third. Singer has his sign from Torborg. The pitch. High drive to deep center. Back goes Rivers, racing back, and he's there to make the catch. Mason hit that one a long way, but to straightaway center field, and Rivers, who has great action, just turned and sprinted and outran the ball. Actually had time to set himself to make the catch out there about 380 feet from home plate.
Dick, it's really great to watch Mickey Rivers right now this stage of the year as compared to watching him in spring training, and I never had a chance to see him that much last year with the Angels, but boy, I'll tell you, he's got a chance to be here for a long time.
Pitch is outside to Jeff Burroughs, the slugging outfielder of the Rangers. 28 home runs, 81 runs batted in. He's third to Frank Robinson and Reggie Jackson in the home run derby in the league. Another slider misses 2-0. Well, it makes such a difference to a man like Rivers, who seems to be getting on base on, and you can just see how Frank Robinson here in September, his RBI count and Oliver is increasing because there are men on base in front of him. There's a strike, 2-1 to Burroughs.
And that is very true. And, of course, Mickey Rivers hitting great since being recalled from Salt Lake City, hitting .343. He has 15 RBIs already.
The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a good sinker, 2-2. Well, you project that over the 6 months of the season, and you get a man who's not only getting on base, but knocking in men who are on base in front of him. And making good contact. 2-2 delivery. Slider swung on and missed. One of the few times the Angels have been able to fan Jeff Burroughs, and a high slider got him in the first inning as Bill Singer works a solid and easy 1-2-3 first after a half inning. Rangers nothing. The Angels against Steve Dunning are coming to bat.
Did you know that the king of beers is literally brewed the length and breadth of the continental United States? From Los Angeles to Newark, from Merrimack, New Hampshire to Tampa, Florida. And in between, there are plants in Houston, St. Louis, Columbus, Williamsburg, Virginia, and Jacksonville, Florida. Yet no matter where it's from, Budweiser is brewed to the same exacting standards. Every day, samples from the 8 other breweries are flown to St. Louis, where a panel of taste experts make sure that the king of beers never varies. That's another example of how the brewers of Bud choose to go all the way to bring you a taste, smoothness, and drinkability you'll find in no other beer at any price. They hope beer means enough to you that you, too, will choose to go all the way, all the time, with the king of beers. After all, when you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
No score, bottom of the first inning. Steve Dunning tuning up with catcher Rich Billings. The defense for the Rangers, Madlock at third, Mason the shortstop, Nelson at second, and Jim Spencer at first base. In the outfield, Johnson, Harris, and Burroughs. Jim Fregosi is finished for the year. He fractured a finger, the index finger, last night, and sliding into second base, breaking up a double play. Not serious and shouldn't bother him at all next season, but he'll not be able to play the rest of 1973. Jim with his former double play partner with the Angels, Bobby Knopf, here tonight watching the game from the press box. Dunning, his only win this year was against the Angels. That was last Thursday night, as he beat them 8-3. He's 1-8 with a 6.01 ERA. Mickey Rivers, Vada Pinson, and Frank Robinson to start it for the Angels. Rivers hitting .343. He has 35 base hits this month. Steve Bailey with us tonight, and the executive sports producer of our flagship station on this network, KMPC, said, you know, we haven't told folks for a while how the Angels got Rivers. Might be interesting to just refresh your memory. The first pitch from Dunning is high, ball one. Well, I'll make that another little quiz for you to remember how the Angels acquired Mickey Rivers. The pitch, ground ball, fair, past third on a check swing. Around first goes Rivers. Johnson goes to the warning track to pick it up, and by that time, Rivers has a double. Oh, my. Rivers was backing away from an inside fastball. As he was leaning away from the plate, the bat trailed out over home plate. The ball hit the heavy end of the bat and rolled down the third baseline. Madlock was playing well off the line. Ball was not hit very hard. It rolled dead down by the pitching mound where the Angel starting pitcher will warm up beyond the Angel dugout, and Johnson with that long run had no chance to stop Rivers. He has a double to lead it off. Here's Vada Pinson. The pitch, ground ball rolled to the right side. Up with it is Dunning, and he makes the tag of Pinson going by as Rivers advances to third. So Rivers with a little check swing double and is now at third base as Frank Robinson steps up. Robinson hitting .270, 29 home runs, 94 runs batted in. Well, you review 1973 with the Angels, and you come back to the big trade with the Dodgers and how valuable it has been for the Angel organization, not only in some improved play departments, but in terms of the fan interest and the 250,000 extra fans who have come out to see this ball club this season. The infield will play back. They're conceding the run. Rivers at third, the pitch. High, ball one. Final from Shea Stadium, New York. 43,805 in New York tonight saw the Mets beat Montreal 2-1. Pittsburgh lost, so the Mets now lead by a game and a half in that tight National League Eastern race. 1-0 pitch. Low and outside. 2-0, a breaking ball. With first base open, Robinson may not get too much to swing at. Bob Oliver on deck. Well, Robinson setting the all-time marks by a right-handed hitter. Most home runs, most RBIs in a season this year. Fouled back as he got a fastball around the letters. 2-1. And also that added leadership. And he's accommodated himself rather nicely to that designated hitter role, even though he didn't like it in the spring. Rivers down the line from third. One out in the first inning, no score. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. The slider fooled him, and a one-handed swing by Robinson indicating that hand still bothering him. Bob Oliver on deck. Robinson examining the barrel end of the bat. Now he's set. Feet right on that inside line of the batter's box. Dunning's 2-2 delivery. High and inside. That Dunning can throw hard. That one got away from him, sailing right around the bill of the helmet of Robinson. Full count. Outfield deep toward left. The speedy Rivers, a good lead from third with the infield playing back. Dunning pumps, and here's the pitch. Robinson takes it, strike three, and he knew it. He started to swing, held back, but it was the kind of swing as if to say, oh, I should have taken a rip at that one. Robbie perhaps looking for a slider, and the fastball caught the inside edge. First strikeout for Dunning. Here's Bob Oliver hitting .263.
And there's a case right there of an excellent hitter over a course of many years, Dick. Kind of realizing just exactly what you were saying a little bit ago, figuring they would not pitch to him. They're looking for the breaking pitch, and they came back with a fastball.
Pitch to Oliver, swing and a miss right through a fastball. 18 home runs, 83 RBIs for Oliver. He, too, has had a good season, and he has developed into an excellent third baseman. Oh, inside, that fastball chasing him back. So Dunning in this first inning, letting those right-handed hitters know he means business. He's keeping them loose. Tom McCraw on deck, swinging the leaded pipe. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Rivers at third. The pitch. Inside again with a fastball, 2-1. Minnesota at Oakland tonight. Ray Corbin for the Twins. Chuck Dobson starting for the A's. It's 3-2. Kansas City leading at Chicago in the 7th inning. The Angels are tied with Chicago for 4th place as we begin play tonight. Here's the pitch. Low, 3-1. The Brewers and the Yankees are tied at 2 apiece in the 11th inning in Milwaukee. Final, Baltimore 8, Detroit 3. Jefferson beating Perry. Home runs by Coggins his 7th, Fuller his 1st, and then Fuller came back to hit his 2nd. He's a young man from Southern California that is expected to be a great player for Baltimore. Fastball inside, ball 4. So Oliver did not get anything good to hit. Runners at first and third, and McCraw steps up. He's batting .260. Fuller has had some impressive home run statistics in the minor leagues. He's a big kid, and Baltimore figures that he's going to be the Boog Powell, although a right-handed hitter, and it could be as soon as next year. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. The pitch by Dunning. McCraw takes it right down the middle. Jim Fuller, last year he had 23 home runs. In 1971 at Miami, had 33 homers. Grew up in San Diego. Actually, last year he had a combined 34 home runs. Strike 2 called to McCraw. 2 straight fastballs from Dunning. He was at Rochester and hit 11, then went down to Asheville for 23 more. So in the last 2 seasons, Fuller, before this year, has 33 and 34 home runs, and I would imagine he was around that mark again. I think he played most of this year at Rochester. He gets 2 tonight in Detroit as Baltimore wins 8-3. Dunning set, checks the runners. 2-strike pitch, outside with a fastball. And Boston edged Cleveland 3-2. Orlando Cepeda hit his 20th of the year. Dave Duncan, number 16, and Nonek Williams, number 7 for Cleveland, as Moret beat Timmerman. Roger Moret finishes with 12-2. The 1-2 pitch. Runner goes from first. A little fly ball into shallow center. Harris coming in has a play and makes the catch. The inning is over. The Angels leave 2, no runs, and 1 hit. And after 1, no score. This fall, let Continental Airlines take you to Hawaii, a place to remember. Hawaii. Well, it's just about the most beautiful place in the world you could choose for your vacation. Its sandy beaches are the finest. The surrounding waters are clear and blue. The food of the islands, well, it's like nothing you've ever tasted before. And you'll feel the warm aloha spirit made famous throughout the world by the friendly Hawaiian people. You'll never forget your vacation in Hawaii. And Continental can take you there the best way possible aboard their 747s, featuring the Polynesian Pub. You have a choice of 3 747s nonstop every day to Honolulu. And to save you some money, Continental offers a low economy fare to Hawaii. So fly to Hawaii with Continental. For reservations, call your travel agent or call Continental. Continental Airlines, a flight to remember. No score. Bill Singer and Steve Dunning, a pair of right-handers tonight at Anaheim Stadium. In the top of the 2nd, Singer will face Jim Spencer, Alex Johnson, and rookie Don Castle. Spencer batting .258 with 5 home runs. He has knocked in 51. Well, the answer on Mickey Rivers, we'll give you that after this first pitch to Spencer. Here it comes. on the outside corner for a strike. The Angels got Rivers from the Atlanta Braves. That was the deal that sent Hoyt Wilhelm and Bob Pretty to Atlanta. The Angels got Rivers and rookie pitcher Clint Compton. Fastball, strike 2 called. And that may develop into one of the best trades made by former general manager Dick Walsh. Wind and the 0-2 pitch outside. They made the deal when Atlanta had a chance for a pennant in 1969. It was one of those September waiver deals. Wilhelm and Pretty for Mickey Rivers and Clint Compton. 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul into the far end of the Ranger dugout. And the answer to the other little quiz tonight. One man since 1925 has won 20 games in both leagues. Singer could become the second since 1925. The other, Gaylord Perry, with the Giants and with the Indians last year. Spencer backs out. The count is 1-2. Singer has his sign from Torborg. The pitch. He overthrew that fastball. The hat even flew off, and it sailed way outside. Not the hat, the ball. It's 2-2. Singer needs one more strikeout, and then the combination of Singer and Ryan will have 600. He won't get it from Spencer, who sails one high on the infield. Oliver, waiting for it to come down behind the mound, makes the catch. One away. The combination of Ryan, 367, and Singer with one tonight, 232. That's 599 strikeouts. As best as Ed Munson has been able to research it, that is the best strikeout total by two pitchers on the same team in Major League history. Alex Johnson, the batter, hitting a fine 289. Takes the slider outside. Johnson, 178 hits. The pitch, inside, 2-0. Alex holds the Angel record for most hits in a season. He had over 200 in his American League batting championship season. 2-0 delivery is fouled off the mask of catcher Jeff Torborg. Two balls and a strike. Singer winds, and here it comes. Slide foul off to the right. Johnson had 202 hits when he won the batting crown in 1970 at 329. The windup by Singer, and he stops and rechecks with Jeff Torborg. Now starts again. The 2-2 pitch. Lined on the right field line, foul by about 10 feet. It skips up into the first row, away from Richie Scheinblum. They're in the 12th inning at County Stadium. The Yankees 2, the Brewers 2. Natural ingredients, natural aging, natural carbonation make a great beer, and one glass of Busch will prove it. Settle down to the natural one. Settle down to Busch. Wind by Singer, 2-2 pitch. Check swing foul outside. It was a slider getting away from Johnson, and he tried to stop the swing, just pecked it foul. Singer staring down, not wasting any time between pitches. Now winds, and here it comes. Loop foul into the second deck off to the right, and fan had it for a moment. It slipped away from him. 2-2 to Alex Johnson. No score. We're in the top of the second inning at Anaheim Stadium. Bill Singer shooting for his 20th win of the year. Right-hander winds. The pitch. Just outside with a slider. A full count now to A.J. Don Castle on deck. The windup and the pitch. Inside, ball 4. That's the first base runner for the Rangers, and brings up designated hitter Don Castle. Fans are booing as Alex Johnson walks after trotting to that little 3-foot alleyway halfway between home plate and first. He stops and then strolls to first.
Designated hitter, Don
Castle, a Hoosier. He's from Kokomo. Attended college in Mississippi, at southern Mississippi. Singer sends one over to McCraw to chase Johnson back. He's been at Denver last 2 years, and then this season at Spokane. The pitch, ground ball is short. Up with it is Chalk. Touches second, goes to first, double play. Well, he had to hurry to get to second because Johnson was braking on the pitch. So Chalk, and it took good concentration. That's the kind of play where you don't get anyone out because you know that runner is coming. But Chalk, as that ball was hit toward the bag, fielded it cleanly, took 2 steps to the bag, eluded the strong sliding Johnson, and fired on to first baseman McCraw to complete the 6-3 double play. No runs, no hits, and no one left for the Rangers after 1.5, no score.
Welcome aboard Chevrolet's mid-size family wagon, the 3-seat Malibu Estate. Please take a few moments to familiarize yourself with some of its features. Entry and exit to the rear-facing third seat in the observation deck is through the hatchback tailgate that lifts straight up and out of the way. If the tailgate were ajar, a warning light on the instrument panel would alert the driver. Now fasten your seatbelts, settle back in foamed cushion comfort, and enjoy the view through the large tailgate window. For additional ventilation, there are swing-out rear-quarter windows on either side. Chevrolet has increased second-seat legroom to make seating a bit more comfortable, and the mid-size Malibu Estate suspension has been engineered to be smooth and quiet. We hope you'll take comfort in knowing that as you travel, there are steel guard beams in the side doors, power front disc brakes, and improved bumper systems. Thank you for coming aboard. We sincerely hope that your next trip to see the USA will be in one of the many comfortable wagons from Chevrolet, America's family wagon builder.
Number 9, right fielder.
Bottom of the second inning, Richie Scheinblum starts it for the Angels. He'll be followed by Parker and Torborg. Steve Dunning finally getting that monkey off his back. His first win against the Angels in Texas 5 days ago, trying to get number 2 tonight. The pitch, fastball in for a strike, and he's throwing hard. Kansas City got 2 more in the top of the 7th inning, and now they lead the White Sox 5-2 after 7 in Chicago. Dunning winds the pitch. High and inside, 1-1. He's keeping everyone loose. No score. Only 1 hit in the ball game. Rivers check swing double. Scheinblum batting .327. Has 3 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Dunning taking too much time, so Richie backs out. Broad-shouldered right-hander winds the pitch. Curveball is a called strike. 1-2. Caught the inside corner as Scheinblum backed away from the plate. Richie has hit .469 in the last 8 games, hitting safely in each game. Inside, he just staggered away from the plate and held back on his swing. 2-2 the count. Scheinblum has enjoyed more success as he is hitting tonight, left-handed. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up, left side. Shortstop Mason wants it. And on the infield dirt, makes the catch for the first out. Second baseman Billy Parker steps up. He's hitting .212. He's hit .333 in the last 6 games and .355 in the last 8 games.
Second baseman, Billy Parker.
The Angels as a team doing their best hitting of the entire season. .297 in the last 10 ball games. 1 out, no one on. The pitch, high and inside, ball 1. The Anaheim Parks and Recreation Department entertaining fans before the game tonight. A group tumbling exhibition. Young ladies, I would guess 8 to 12 years of age, maybe not that old. Down low 2-0. And it was interesting, Don, to see the influence of the great Russian gymnast Olga Korbut. They all had their hair up in that same hairstyle with the bows. And fans enjoyed it very much.
We've had some real good gymnastic crews out here at Anaheim Stadium this year. Very talented.
Indeed. Swing and a miss by Parker. It's 2-1. what a great activity for young boys and girls. See, they just, the way that tones the muscles, they just all look so good.
I wonder if we can take that up.
I think it's too late, Charlie. Oh, I'd love to see you doing a back somersault. Fly ball by Parker down the right field line. In comes Burroughs. Out goes Spencer. Burroughs wants it and has it about 15 feet fair. Well, as a physical education major, I had to take all those gymnastics classes, and they made us get up on the side horse and the parallel bars, and I can remember trying to learn. I finally learned how to stand on my head, and then the handstand, I never did capture it. You know, they teach you that by, going against the wall, put your feet against the wall, and you stand, and then you try to bring your feet off against the wall and keep it there. Pitch to Torborg is a strike. I used to be against the wall until my face was blue in the dormitory, and I never did learn that. All I came up with was a knot on my forehead. I'd find my arms weaken, and I'd fall straight down. Ground ball swept to short. On the run, Mason. He's got it, hurries, and throws it away into the dugout, and Torborg will go to second base. It appeared that Mason, as he drifted to his right and in, couldn't quite get the ball out of the pocket of his glove, and then hurried the throw and threw it in the dirt past Jim Spencer. It's an error all the way. So Torborg winds up at second base with 2 outs, and Dave Chalk with a chance to give the Angels the lead. And when you watch even a youngster who has the gymnastic skills, in this case tonight tumbling, group tumbling, it all looks so easy that you just figure, well, I can do that. Well, that's the mark of the real athlete, those who are the all-around gymnasts. I think that rates right there with a decathlon man in track and field. The pitch, a strike called. I think it will remain as one of my personal thrills from the experience in Munich last year, seeing Olga Korbut very, very early. Line drive left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Torborg around third. The Angels lead 1-0 as Dave Chalk delivers. Chalk has his 6th RBI since joining the big club. 1-0 Angels. We have 2 outs in the second. We're going to pause for station identification. And salute all the fans up there in mighty good country on K-Good, KGUD in Santa Barbara. On this, the Angels Radio Network.
This is KXTC, Glendale, Phoenix, 92.3 FM stereo.
Rivers, first ball hunting, sends a fly ball to left center field. Harris over to capture it for the 3rd out, and the Angels are gone in the 2nd inning. But they get an unearned run on 1 hit, 1 error, and leave 1. And after 2 innings, Angels 1, Texas nothing. When you mention the Chevron way, most people think of gasoline and prompt professional service. But the men at standard stations and Chevron dealers have also earned outstanding reputations for providing another kind of automotive care, Atlas Automobile Accessories. You see, when you buy a battery or some other accessory along the Chevron way, you not only get the quality materials and construction that go into all Atlas products, you get the confidence of knowing that your Chevron standard man is standing squarely behind that accessory. If you've ever been stuck with a faulty battery, you may know that feeling of not having anyone to turn to. But along the Chevron way, the men who advise you on batteries or any accessories are the same men who do the day-to-day servicing on your car. The last thing they want is a one-time customer. So their business is not just immediate sales, but continuing service. Atlas Quality Accessories and Standard Oil Service Experience. When you buy one, you get both, but only along the Chevron way. From Anaheim Stadium, Dick Enberg, Don Drysdale, Dick Nelson, 1-0 Angels to the 3rd inning. Here's Big D.
Thank you very much, Dick. As Bill Madlock steps in, he takes a slider for a strike, 0-1. Now Bill Stinger staked to a 1-0 lead. Here's the 1-strike pitch on the corner, strike 2 call. And it appears that Singer has as good a stuff tonight as he's had in a few outings. Bill right back with a 2-strike pitch. A slider just checked on, taken outside, ball 1, 1-2. Madlock hitting an even .300. He has 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Stocky right-hand hitter. Singer winds the 1-2 pitch. He drops from the side, and Madlock gets a one-hopper right over in the Angel dugout. So the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Angels 1-0 over the Rangers. We're in the top of the third. Here's Singer's 1-2 pitch. That's fouled right straight back. One hop back into the stands, and a fan has a souvenir in the first row. After 1, it's Oakland 1, Minnesota 0. Singer winds, and here's the 1-2 pitch. A slider check swing, bounced up the first base side. That'll roll over across the warning track and into the Texas dugout. Well, the Angels with their eye on third place, and they still have a good shot. Singer starts to go to the windup, now backs off and stops as Madlock steps out. Minnesota 3 games in front of the Angels and the White Sox. Here's the 1-2 pitch, a check swing, and look out. That almost got the ball boy, the bat boy, down in the on-deck circle, and it went back into the stands and about 6 rows. I don't know whether a fan got hurt or whether it just maybe knocked maybe a cup of a drink out of his hand. Appears as though he's all right. That ball got back there in a hurry. Singer ready to go again. The 1-2 pitch is fouled again at the plate. So Madlock hanging tough. On deck, the catcher, Rich Billings. Here's the 1-2 pitch by Singer. Got him looking. Strike 3 call. So Madlock strikes out. Strikeout number 2 for Bill Singer.
And that's just not an ordinary strikeout. That for Bill Singer is his 233rd, and for Singer and Ryan, 600 strikeouts this year. It's been the year of the K.
Well, that is a lot of strikeouts. Now, Rich Billings to stand in. There's a ground ball right back to Bill. Off his glove. He can't find it. Now does. Hurries and throws him out. Good hustle by Bill Singer. He lost the ball for a minute, and it dropped just to his right. And he caught up with it and threw Billings out. 2 gone. Vic Harris, the hitter. Now, California Angel Baseball is brought to you by Continental Airlines, where every flight is a flight to remember. The people at Continental take a personal interest in you each time that you fly. So you'll remember your trip for a long time after you're home. It's a special way to fly, and only on Continental Airlines. First pitch to Harris goes all the way to the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes. Harris is switch hitter, hitting from the left side off of the right-handed pitching of Bill Singer. Bob Oliver in on the edge of the grass at third. Singer winds. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Is line foul to the left side. That'll go back in the second deck. And the count evens at 1-1. Harris hitting an even 250, 8 home runs, 44 RBIs. Singer winds, and the 1-1 pitch is hit off the hand, shatters the bat. Billy Parker right there to throw him out. Texas gone in order in the third. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. And the score after 2.5. It's the Angels 1 and the Rangers 0.
This land we're living in is here for you and me. You know we love the natural things, enjoy them naturally. Natural beer is hard to find, but now we've found the one. Settle down to the natural one. Settle down to Bush.
Natural ingredients, natural aging, natural carbonation. Bush, one of the few great beers in America still brewed the natural way. You owe yourself the natural one. Try Bush.
You know you owe yourself the best when beer time rolls around. That means the natural one, and Bush won't let you down. The natural one will satisfy and help add to the fun. Settle down to the natural one. Settle down to Bush. Settle down to the natural one. Settle down to Bush. Settle down to Bush.
In the last half of the third inning, the Angels will send up Veda Pinson, Frank Robinson, and Bob Oliver. Pinson, his first time at bat, a check swing, bounced the ball up the first baseline where Dunning went over, picked it up and tagged Veda going by. Dunning has his sign. The right-hander's first pitch to Pinson, a breaking pitch, swung on and missed, strike one. In the last 8 games, Pinson has hit it at 343 mark, and he's hit 352 in his last 13 games. There's another check swing. That's over Dunning's head. Mason coming on in the grass to throw him out. Fine play by Jimmy Mason, and Veda might have hurt himself. No, he's all right. He had a funny step going across that bag at first base.
Designated hitter, Frank Robinson.
So one gone, and Frank Robinson to step in. Now Robinson needing only 2 more extra base hits to tie Jimmy Fox and Ted Williams for 8th on the all-time list, and he fouls the first pitch to the right side, backing out of play. That would be 1,117. Dunning checking signs with Billings. The infield back around to the left, the outfield deep. They play Robinson to pull. The run that Robinson scored last night tied him with Wee Willie Keeler on the 14th all-time spot, 1,720. There's a ground ball chop foul at the third base side by Salty Parker. Madlock over on the warning track, and he will throw it out of play. The count 0-2. Well, when you've had a career like Frank Robinson has had, and the longer you play, those different little niches on the all-time list of everything really start coming up. There's a check swing and a ground ball right back to Dunning, and he throws Robinson out. Now, very quickly, 2 gone for the Angels in the third, and Bob Oliver to step in. Oliver starting tonight at 263 with 18 home runs and 83 RBIs. The first pitch to Bob's a breaking pitch outside for ball 1, and Dunning just does a little pirouette on the mound on his follow-through. After 8 innings, it's Kansas City 6, Chicago 2. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Oliver. Drive hit down the left field line. It's going to drop. Alex Johnson over towards the line. A high hop, but Johnson comes up with it and gets it back in. Now Bob Oliver, another base hit. And in the month of September, Oliver had 2 hits in last night's game. That made the 15th time that he has 2 hits or more in this month. Now Bob at first, a 2-out single, and Tom McCraw to stand in. Well, Don Sutton picked up his 18th victory of the year tonight. There's a high pop to the left side off the hands. Mason going back short left field, and he makes the catch. Bob Oliver did not know how many outs there were. Bob over at first base, but the side retired. In the inning for the Angels, they get no runs on a hit and leave 1. And the score after 3, it's the Angels 1 and the Rangers nothing. Let Continental fly you to Seattle or Portland from an airport to remember, Hollywood Burbank Neighbor Airport. Continental offers the most convenient service from the Valley to the Northwest, including the most daily direct flights to both Portland and Seattle. 3 every day. Plus the only daily nonstop to Portland. And flying from Burbank on Continental can save time and money. Continental offers the only economy fare and the only morning flight, leaving at 8:15 a.m., so it pays not to forget your friendly Neighbor Airport, especially when you can relax aboard Continental's redesigned wide-body 727 all the way to the Northwest. That's the spacious 727 with a middle seat that folds down into a table when unoccupied. For reservations, call Continental or your travel agent. Continental Airlines, a flight to remember. And as we go to the top half of the 4th inning, the Rangers will send up their leadoff hitter, Dave Nelson, Jimmy Mason, and Jeff Burrow. Singer's first pitch, a slider, waved at and missed, strike 1. Bob Oliver up on the grass at third base. McCraw shortened up at first. Singer has his sign, winds, and the next pitch a fastball. That leans him back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Singer checking signs with Torborg into the windup. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's on the corner. Strike 2 called with a fastball. Nelson bounced to Oliver his first time at bat. Dave having a fine year, hitting .283. He's had 6 home runs, 47 RBIs. 1-2 pitch, a slider, got him swinging, strike 3. Now Bill Singer with his 4th strikeout tonight, and Jimmy Mason to stand in. Mason flied deep to Mickey Rivers in center field his first time at bat. Jimmy starting tonight at 2:13. He takes a pitch away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strike. Angel Baseball is brought to you by Chevrolet. Mighty happy to announce their newest wagon, the Vega Estate. And what a neat little package. Wood grain vinyl trim outside and inside, luxury interior. So see the new Vega Estate wagon at your Chevy dealers. Singer ready to pitch to Johnson. A slider swung on and missed, strike 1. On deck, Don Castle. Singer on the rubber, checking signs. Burrows out at second. Spencer at first. The Angels 1, the Rangers nothing. 2 outs in the Texas 4th. There's a slider fouled back, and Singer ahead 0-2. Well, Steve Carlton kind of put a crimp in the Pittsburgh wheels tonight as he defeated the Pirates 2-1 for his 13th victory of the year against 19 losses. Singer set, checks the runners, a 2-strike pitch, just missed outside. Ball 1, 1-2. Rooker took the loss for the Pirates. He is 9-6. Robinson and Anderson home runs in that game. Singer to the stretch again. Here's the 1-2 pitch, inside and low. Ball 2, 2-2. Billy Martin coaching down at third base, and over at first base, Jackie Moore. Singer checking signs, working a little slowly now. Has the one he wants. Goes to the stretch. He checks Burrows, a 2-2 pitch, a slider fouled back. Now Johnson hanging tough. He walked his first time at bat. Singer has walked 1. He has struck out 4. Bill once again to the stretch. And the 2-2 pitch, ground ball hit to the right side. Billy Parker right there to throw him out. Johnson going down the line hard. Now the Rangers gone in the 4th. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. They leave 2. And after 3.5, it's the Angels 1 and the Rangers nothing.
Laguna is Chevelle at its best.
Laguna, a new name, a new look, a new sophistication in midsize, with a front end like no other you can buy, and improved handling for a beautiful driving experience.
Laguna is Chevelle at its best.
Laguna by Chevrolet. It's not a car you can get to know simply by hearing a description. It's a car you have to drive, to experience. You have to take Laguna in your own hands, feel it respond, enjoy it. Laguna, a new name to remember, a new look to watch for, a new way to enjoy the American driving experience. Drive Laguna soon, then you'll know.
Laguna is Chevelle at its best. From Chevrolet, building a better way.
Right fielder, Richie
In the last half of the fourth inning, the Angels will send up Richie Scheinblum, Billy Parker, and Jeff Torborg. Well, after 2, it is Minnesota 3, and the A's 1. Steve Dunning winds the first pitch, hit to the right side. Jim Spencer on 2 hops, goes to the bag and does it himself. Scheinblum gone quickly, and Billy Parker to step in. Bill hitting .212, no home runs, 6 RBIs. He flied to right his first time at bat. Dunning winds, and the right-hander's first pitch is slider. That's fouled away, 0-1. Parker, in his last 6 games, has hit .333, and in his last 8 games, he has been hitting at the .355 mark. A one-strike pitch to Parker, a one-hopper, a comebacker right back to Dunning. He makes the grab, adjusts his cap, and throws him out. Out 2 gone, and Jeff Torborg to step in. Torborg hit a high chopper in the hole his first time at bat. Madlock went over to his left. He couldn't get it. Mason had to charge the ball hard, and while still running, trying to find the handle, could not. He threw wide to Spencer at first base, the ball going in the dugout as Torborg went to second. Mason drawing the air, and Jeff later scoring on a single by Dave Chalk. That's all the scoring so far, 1-0 Angels. Dunning checks signs. He winds in the first pitch to Torborg, a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Strike 1 call. Here's the 1-strike pitch taken high for ball 1, a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dunning winds in the 1-1 pitch, a ground ball hit to the hole. Fine play by Madlock at third, going hard to his left to throw him out. Now the Angels gone in the 4th, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. In the score, after 4, it's the Angels 1 and the Rangers nothing.
This month, the Chevron Way Economy Drive has something special for compact and import car owners. Atlas Mini Tires, the SS Radial, and SS4 at special compact prices. Right now, standard stations and most Chevron dealers will give you 20% off suggested exchange price on the Atlas, SS Radial, and SS4. The SS Radial, with its stabilizer belt, keeps the tread flat on the road, while the radial body absorbs the flexing action. Also with the Atlas SS Radial, you get all the performance extras that radial tires are so famous for. Longer wear, better gas mileage, easier handling. The Atlas SS4, at 20% off suggested exchange price, is the tire for those customers that want a 4-ply bias constructed tire. The designed flatness of the tread with road-gripping edges gives positive, sure response to the touch of the wheel. Stop in for a free tire check during the Atlas Compact and Import Car Tire Sale. 20% off suggested exchange price. This month only at standard stations and most Chevron dealers along the Chevron Way.
Designated hitter.
From Anaheim Stadium, down Drysdale with Dick Enberg, our producer-engineer Dick Nelson. The totals after 4, the Angels 1 run on 3 hits, the Rangers no runs, 2 hits and an error. We go to the 5th, and for more play, here's Dick.
All right, Don, left-handed hitting Don Castle starts it for the Rangers. The pitch by Bill Singer is swung on and fouled off third. Oliver over near the box seat railing and can't get there. It's in the 3rd row. Castle, the designated hitter, grounded into a 6-3 double play in the 1st inning. Singer has allowed 2 hits tonight, as he and Nolan Ryan have now combined for 601 strikeouts this season, an all-time Major League mark by 2 pitchers on the same team. Swing and a miss. He changed on Castle, and he was out in front on the swing, 0-2. And it would be a somewhat rare mark at the moment in 5th place to have 2 20-game winners. That's what Singer's shooting for tonight. He knocks down this comebacker, picks it up in front of the mound, and throws Castle out. Both pitchers have helped themselves tonight by quick reflexes in the center of that diamond. Bill Madlock took a 3rd strike, his only time up. In the season finale between these 2 teams tomorrow night, it'll be Sonny Siebert, the veteran right-hander, 7-12 for the Rangers. Rich Hand, 6-6 for the Angels. The wind and the pitch to Madlock is swung on and missed. It also will be autograph night at 7:10 until 7:30 down behind home plate. You'll be able to secure the autographs of Bobby Valentine, Rich Hand, Frank Tanana, Al Gallagher, John Stevenson, and Andy Hassler. That's tomorrow night at 7:10. One strike pitch, slides outside 1-1. Jeff Torborg behind the plate. Oliver, Chalk, who has knocked in the game's only run. Parker and McCraw in the infield with Pinson in left, Rivers in center, Scheinblum in right. 1-1 pitch. Grounded to third. Oliver to his left has it on the second hop, straightens and guns him down. 2 quick outs logged by Singer here in the 5th inning. And here's Dick Billings. He bounced back to the mound his only time up. Billings hitting 179. The Angels have made a minor league trade with the St. Louis Cardinal organization, sending Jerry DeVannen, who was with the big club the first half of the season, to St. Louis. He was there before. For third baseman outfielder Bill Stein. Slider misses outside, ball 1. Stein is 26 years old, 5'10" and 175, a right-hander all the way. At Tulsa this year, he had 278 with 5 home runs. DeVannen to St. Louis for Bill Stein. 1-0 pitch, swung on and driven into right center field. Rivers on his horse to get it out there in the gap. 1, 2, 3. The Rangers go in the 5th inning. Singer has retired them in order in the odd innings, 1st, 3rd, and now in the 5th. And at the halfway mark in this one, 4.5 innings in the book. Angels 1, Texas nothing. Well, we invite you to give Bobby Valentine a ring on Thursday. It's Valentine's Day for you prospective Angel season ticket customers. Valentine will field all your questions about preferred seating for 1974. Bobby will be on hand here at Anaheim Stadium from 10 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. That'll be on Thursday. That'll be the last time you'll be able to ring him. The area code 714-633-2000. From Los Angeles, use the toll-free number at 625-1123. Talk to Bobby Valentine. Let him open the door for you to 1974 season tickets with the California Angels. Bobby, by the way, worked out again during batting practice, infield workout with the Angels tonight. They're already underway down in Arizona. Sure, some of the Angels of the future listening on Phoenix Radio tonight. Angels winning their first 3 games in the Winter Instructional League, beating the Dodgers doubleheader and the Cubs over the weekend. Billy Taylor, the Angels' #1 draft pick this June, had 2 hits in his professional debut. John Ballas, who led the California League in home runs and RBIs at Salinas, had a home run over the Dodgers in a 3-0 win. Ron Jackson, a 3-run double. Orlando Ramirez had 3 hits in the win yesterday over the Cubs, 6-5. Valentine will be joining them in October. First pitch to Dave Chalk misses inside. Dunning comes right back. Chalk swings and sends it high in the air to left center field. Harris drifting over, calling Johnson away, and makes the catch. 1 out in the Angel 5th inning, and we pause for station identification. This is the Angels Radio Network.
KXTC, Glendale, Phoenix, 92.3 FM stereo.
Center fielder, Mickey Rivers.
Mickey Rivers, the batter. He's 1 for 2. Takes a fastball up and in, ball 1. He had a check swing double down the third baseline to lead off the first inning, and that extended his hitting streak to 9 straight games. Dunning's pitch, swing and a foul back out of play. In the last 8 games of that streak, Rivers batting .405. He scored 11 runs and knocked in 5 others. In the last 21 games, Rivers is hitting .382 with 23 runs scored and 13 runs batted in. So he's been mighty productive since replacing the injured Sandy Alomar in that leadoff spot. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Line down the right field line. If it's fair, that's trouble. It is fair ball in the corner, carrying me around. There goes Rivers around first to second. Rivers around second, on his way to third, and he has a stand-up triple. Something, a check swing double down the left field line, and then he pulls a shot into the right field corner. By the time Burroughs played the carom, Rivers was standing at third base, and Dave Nelson, the second baseman, going out for the cutoff, had to run the ball in as Rivers had turned third. Had there been even the slightest mistake by either Burroughs or on his throwing to Nelson, Rivers would have been flying home. Oh, he's exciting. Zeta Pinson strides to the plate. Angels had a chance to get Rivers home in the first inning when he led off with a double. Pinson moved him to third on a ground out, but Robinson struck out, and after Oliver walked, McCraw flied to center. Infield plays in, 1-0 Angels, 1 out, bottom of the fifth inning. Dunning, reading his catcher, Rich Billings, looks over at third. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Final from Chicago, Kansas City beat the White Sox 6-2 as Steve Busby won his 15th game of the year. Busby, the former USC pitching star, is now 15-15. Terry Forster, the loser, 6-10. They had 5,400 in Chicago. Rivers leads from third. The one-strike pitch. Strike two called on the inside corner. So Dunning feeding a couple of fastballs to Pinson. Angels, a run on 4 hits. It's an unearned run at the moment. That is up on that board back in the second inning. Have a chance to add to it. The 0-2 pitch, outside and low with a fastball. The infield, Madlock, Mason, Nelson, and Spencer all playing in. Rivers getting a good lead. Madlock is well off the line, so Rivers can come farther down the chalk. Dunning, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pinson. Here it comes. Outside again, trying to pick the corner in the last 2 deliveries, and he has just missed. The outfield almost straight away. Burroughs in right field. Harris a step or 2 into right center. And straight away in left is Johnson. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pinson. Frank Robinson on deck. Here's the pitch. Inside with a fastball. So after going outside with 2, to run the count to 2-2, then Dunning tried to catch Pinson looking outside, and Hammer went over the inside corner but threw it too far in, and it's now 3-2. Pinson grabbing a handful of dirt, now back in, batting out of that closed stance, just trying to meet the bull now, drive it through that drawn-in infield. Rivers down the line from third, the 3-2 delivery. Foul back on the screen. Another fastball. Dunning has thrown 6 straight fastballs to Pinson. 1-0 Angels, bottom of the fifth inning, trying to get Bill Singer another run as Singer goes for win number 20 tonight. Full count on Pinson. Dunning rocks back the pitch. Ground ball up over the mound, and Rivers doesn't come in. The throw to first base, and they get him easily. Oh, Rivers could have scored easily on the play. The ball was chopped off home plate very high, and for some reason, Rivers didn't come home. Dunning had to go to the back slope of the mound and wait for the ball to come down, and he just did throw out Pinson at first base. So the Angels had the run, but Rivers hesitated and then lost the chance to score on that play. That would have been duck soup for Mickey with his speed. There was no way they could have made a play on him. So 2 outs and Rivers still at third, and it's up to Frank Robinson. He's 0 for 2. Line by Dunning, the pitch. Low, ball 1. Robinson with 94 runs batted in. Dunning looks over at third. Infield now playing back, of course. High pop fly, so the Angels lose another chance at getting a man in from third with less than 2 outs. Mason, the shortstop, makes the catch in behind the mound, and the Angels are gone in the fifth. No runs. Rivers with a triple is left at third, and after 5, 1-0 Angels. When a fan lays down his money for a baseball ticket, he's naturally expecting to be entertained. He's expecting to appreciate excellent athletes at work on the field, and he's seldom disappointed. And when you beer fans lay down your money for something refreshing, you're looking for excellence, too, in taste, in quality, and in the professionalism of the brewer. And that's where the brewers of Busch hold their heads mighty high. To them, there are no shortcuts, nothing artificial, no compromise on the way they brew their beer. Only natural aging, only natural carbonation are acceptable. It takes longer this way, sure, and it's more expensive as well. But our brewers have more than 120 years of Anheuser-Busch heritage to follow. And that makes them pretty careful about the time, the ingredients, and the care they put into the brewing of Busch. One of the few great beers in America still brewed the natural way. So if you want to appreciate real taste and real quality in beer, try the one that's brewed by people who won't settle for anything less than the best. Settle down to the natural one. Settle down to Busch. After 5 innings, the totals, the Angels an unearned run on 4 hits, no errors. Texas no runs, 2 hits and 1 error. Bill Singer on the mound after his 20th win of the year. Faces Vic Harris here in the 6th. Harris takes a slider low, ball 1. He grounded to second, his only time up. Harris, Nelson, and Mason to face Singer in the top of the 6th inning. The pitch, fastball on the inside corner, 1-1. Harris, the switch hitter, up there left-handed. Oliver at the edge of the grass at third. The outfield straight away, medium deep. Here it comes. Line drive. Chalk has to go off his glove out behind him, and Harris is safe. Chalk had it timed well, got his glove on it, but it was hit so hard it just ripped right through the leather and fell behind him for a base hit. That's the 3rd Texas hit, the tying run at first base, no one out. And the leadoff man, Dave Nelson, steps in. He is grounded out and struck out. Again, good speed, a tough man to double up. In fact, Nelson might try to drop a bunt here. Could work both ways, sacrifice, and he could beat it out, too. And that's why Oliver creeps in closer at third base. McCraw holding on the runner at first. Minnesota leads at Oakland 4-1 after 3 innings. Again, a throw to first, and Harris is back. Chalk a little upset with himself out there at shortstop. He feels he should have been able to hang on to that last drive. Again, a throw to first, and Harris has to dive back head first this time. 1-0 Angels, but Harris at first base leading off the 6th inning. Throw to first, and back goes Harris. Jim Mason on deck. Nelson waiting patiently, uses a big bat, chokes up on it. The pitch is fouled at the plate. 1 strike on Nelson. Al Siebert against Han tomorrow night to conclude the season series, the Angels and Rangers. Then on Thursday night, Nolan Ryan, probably Joe Decker will pitch for Minnesota, as Ryan needs 16 to set the new strikeout record, 15 to tie Kopach's. Again, the throw to first. Harris is back. And it seems a certainty now that Ryan will be pitching on Sunday. The 0-1 pitch. Bunted, and a good bunt. Oliver charges, bare hand pickup and throw, and gets him. Played that one very well. Indeed, Nelson bunting so well, not only for the sacrifice, he had a chance for the base hit. It took a good play by Oliver. Sacrifice goes 5-3. Tying run moves into second base. And Jim Mason steps up. He is fly deep to center and grounded to second. Well, you know, fans, great ingredients are what make a great beer, and Busch is brewed with the best of 6-row barley and imported and domestic hops. Brewed the natural way, so settle down to the natural one. Busch. Mason lines it to Chalk. He has this one, the same kind of a drive, and Chalk squeezes it hard. Harris scrambles back to second. No chance to double him up. So 2 outs. Mason hitting it hard, but in bad luck, right to the shortstop. Here's Jeff Burroughs. He has struck out and lined a single to left. 2 away. First base is open. We'll see whether or not Singer pitches to Burroughs. 1-0 the score here in the 6th. Singer now has pitched 300 innings this year. The pitch fouled out of play on a slider inside. His career high, set in 1969 when he won 20 with the Dodgers, 316 innings. Boy, you think back down to those early weeks in March and how Bill struggled through that spring training period, and there were a lot of people who wondered if he would pitch any innings for the Angels, much less 300, and be going for his 20th win tonight. Pitch is grounded into left field for a base hit, so the Angels elect to pitch to Burroughs, and he promptly ties up the game with a sharp single to left. 1-1 the score. Burroughs' 82nd RBI of the season. The Angels gamble and lose. Here's Jim Spencer. Spencer has a single and 2 at-bats. The Angels, after losing a good chance to score themselves in the last of the 5th inning, see the Rangers coming back to tie. The pitch, slider low, ball 1. The leadoff hit by Harris off the glove of Chalk on a ball that Chalk, at least from his actions, thought he should have caught, but it was hit very hard, just twisted right out of the leather. Then a sacrifice and a 2-out single. Swing and a miss by Spencer, who was going for downtown. 1-1 the count. Jim wants Pine Tar. Goes to the on-deck circle where Alex Johnson waits his turn. Spencer's best year with the Angels in RBIs was in 1970 when he knocked in 68. His best home run year was the following year, 71, when he had 18 homers, 59 RBIs. He looks at one low, 2-1. This year he has 5 home runs, but 51 runs batted in. Burrows away from first. McCraw holding him on. 2-1 pitch. Way outside. 3-1. Rangers 1, Angels 1. Both teams with 4 base hits. 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. 3 balls and a strike on Spencer. Singer delivers. Inside with a slider, and Spencer is on. Burrows advances to second base. Only the second walk allowed by Bill Singer, and it brings up Alex Johnson. 2 on, 2 out. Johnson with a chance to give the Rangers the lead. He has walked and grounded to second base. Last night, Johnson had 3 hits, all 3 to right field, and he also made his outs on the right side of the infield. And tonight again going that way. Parker and McCraw are alert. The pitch, line to right center field, but Rivers races over and makes the catch. Rivers was playing in exactly the right spot in right center field, and at that had to use all of his speed to get to the ball. It was hit hard. 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left for the Rangers, and after 5.5, Angels 1, Texas 1.
Chicago Expressway delivers. You see, Continental takes his schedule seriously, and it's paid off. According to the latest figures released by the Civil Aeronautics Board, Continental has the best on-time performance of any airline flying between Los Angeles and Chicago. This CAB report covers a period of 3.5 years, from January 1970 to June 1973. And in all but 2 of those 42 months, Continental came up on top. In fact, their performance has been consistently and significantly better than any other airline flying between here and Chicago. So if you think punctuality is a virtue in an airline, you're thinking like the Chicago Expressway. On Continental Airlines, a flight to remember.
So the Rangers back even behind Steve Dunning, who certainly doesn't look like a 1-8 pitcher tonight. He's allowed just 4 hits. He has struck out 1 and walked 1, and that's been his key. He's had good control, something he did not possess in some of his starts earlier this year. Bob Oliver, a walk and a single, will start it in the bottom of the 6th inning with McCraw and Scheinblum to follow. Oliver hit a shot into the left field corner last time up, but Johnson, shading the line, was able to get to it and hold him to a single. He looks at a strike, a fastball at the knees. And Dunning using almost exclusively the fastball tonight. Just an occasional breaking ball. From San Diego, by way of Stanford University, to the Cleveland Indians as their #1 draft pick a few years ago, and then traded to the Texas Rangers this year. The 0-1 pitch, fouled at the plate. Angel run unearned in the 2nd. Torborg safe on an error by Mason, the shortstop. Threw the ball into the dugout. Torborg going to second base, and he came home on Chalk's single to left. 2 strikes on Oliver, and here it comes. High with a fastball. Billings behind the plate. Madlock at third, then Mason, Nelson, and Spencer. In the outfield, Johnson, Harris, and Burrows from left to right. Steve Dunning on the mound. His 1-2 pitch is swung on, line down the right field line, but it's curling foul into the first row seats. Hit off the end of the bat. A soft liner. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bob Oliver. Dunning waiting for his right fielder Burroughs to get back in position. Now he's set. Oh, he really has a pair of shoulders on him, doesn't he? He is really built across that chest. Kind of hangs those shoulders forward as he reads the sign, and now pumps the pitch high and inside. 2-2. Dunning is set. His 2-2 delivery. Grounded sharply to short. Mason gloves it out behind the bag. Throws to first for the out. A good play by Mason. That ball was whacked hard. Tom McCraw steps up. He has slid out and popped up. Well, the Twins showing no signs of weakening. They tearing up Oakland. Harmon Killebrew has hit his 5th homer of the year, number 546 for Harmon. Foul back by McCraw. 4th inning for Minnesota with a man on, so the Twins lead at least 6-1 at Oakland. And the A's, although they have clinched their spot in the playoffs, certainly are not playing good baseball at the moment. I wonder if that might be concerning Dick Williams. They're getting into some bad habits. Strike 2 to McCraw. It's all right to relax a little bit after winning it, but you don't like to go into the playoffs with a string of losses. 2 strikes to McCraw. Here's the pitch. He went around on a bad ball, up around his eyes, and that's it for Tom. 2nd strikeout for Dunning. Brings up Richie Scheinblum. He's 0 for 2. Angels figured they'd get some help from Oakland while they were playing Texas, and might even be almost even against the Twins in that final 4-game series. Doesn't appear to be that way. Ground ball right side on the edge of the grass. Davey Nelson throws him out, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Steve Dunning. He's quite a pitcher tonight, and after 6, Angels won, Rangers won.
Today's guest on Challenge, as you can hear, is one of America's favorite songwriters. Hello, Sammy, you're fabulous. You know, sir, you accepted an almost impossible challenge to put into song the Chevelle driving experience. How did it go, sir?
Well, Sinclair, I knew the only way to describe a Chevelle is to wrap your hands around that wheel and drive it. So I put the piano into the car.
Wow, how long did it take, the song?
About 11,000 miles. And here it is.
Oh, thank you.
I love you, my Chevelle. I am in your spell. One test ride I was yours forever, dear. When I leave you, the answer's never, dear. When I leave you poor, no one I adore, like my new Belle Chevelle. You are beautiful, you are grand, you are the Chevrolet of the land, my Chevelle.
Oh, dear. No, with the great thing Chevrolet is doing in 73, that song could put them back 14 years.
Ah, 14 years ago, then I wrote, on a tree by a dealer, a little bird sat, singing Chevy by Chevy by Chevy.
If he keeps that up, we'll all be back on horses.
Chevrolet, building a
A 1-1 tie at Anaheim Stadium. We go to the 7th inning. More play. Here's Don Drysdale.
All right, thank you very much, Dick. Don Castle stands in. He takes a slider for a strike. Castle is 0 for 2, hit into a double play and bounced back to Singer. Castle had a fine year this year at Spokane, hitting .325. The next pitch, a fly ball hit into center field. Mickey Rivers coming on. Right there, glides to his right and makes the catch. Now there's one gone and Bill Madlock to stand in.
Third baseman, Bill Madlock.
Madlock, another that had a real good year at Spokane. He goes after a slider, doesn't get it, strike 1. He is hitting .300 coming into tonight's game at Spokane. Madlock hit .338. He had 22 home runs, 89 RBIs. Here's the 1-strike pitch. That's by Torborg. Jeff back on the grass to pick it up. The count even at 1-1. Singer right back with a 1-1 pitch. A slider swung on and missed. Strike 2. Well, Madlock has the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and now home plate umpire Frank Humont wants to take a look at the ball, does so, and hands it back to Torborg. On deck, Rich Billings. Singer shakes off a sign. Now into the windup. Winds in the 1-2 pitch. A line drive. A little looping liner hit the center field, and it'll drop in front of the center fielder, Rivers. Madlock with a wide turn, and he will go back. Torborg backing up, but no play. So there's 5 hits now for the Rangers tonight. 4 for the Angels. A one-out single by Bill Madlock and Rich Billings to stand in. Billings tonight is 0 for 2. He bounced back to Singer, and he flied to center. Bill Sett goes over to first base, and McCraw, reaching wide to his right, makes a tag of Madlock going by, but Bill back on the bag. Singer set one more time. And the pitch to Billings is bounced up to third base side. Oliver has to lay back. A long throw just gets him. Oliver had to stay back to get that ball on the big hop, and right by the bag, flat-footed. He throws Billings out on the play. Madlock moves to second base. Now 2 gone. And Vic Harris, the hitter, time called as Torborg will go to the mound. California Angel Baseball is brought to you by Continental Airlines. People who give you a flight to remember. On Continental, you get a personal experience worth sharing. And it happens every day. So next chance you get, fly with Continental, the proud bird with a golden tail. Harris has bounced to Parker at second and lined a base hit off of the glove of Dave Chalk at short. The first pitch is hit off the hands in foul territory. Oliver going back on the warning track, makes the catch. Fine catch by Bob Oliver, going across the warm-up section down the third base side on the warning track, and made the catch as he went into the stand. Well, the inning over for Texas in the 7th. No runs on a hit. They leave 1 to score after 6.5. It's the Angels 1 and the Rangers 1.
You know, fans, the men along the Chevron Way offer a lot more than quality automotive products and services. To add to your safety and security, Chevron dealers' standard stations also offer membership in a club, which automatically provides you with group accident insurance and other benefits. The coverage gives you year-round protection for any accidental loss of life. You're protected around the clock, 365 days a year, at work, at home, at play, anywhere in the world. Members can choose one of 4 different protection plans. For monthly membership dues of as little as $2.75, they can receive a benefit of over $27,000. For slightly more in monthly membership dues, members can also take advantage of 2 optional benefits: an accident hospitalization plan, which pays $1,000 monthly, and a $25,000 family security plan, plus many other benefits, including an atlas and a quarterly magazine. All you need to be eligible to take advantage of this offer is a Chevron National Credit Card. It's an added safety and protection service from the men along the Chevron Way.
As we go to the last half of the 7th inning in a 1-1 tie, it'll be the bottom 3 in the Angel batting order: Parker, Torborg, and Chalk. Parker tonight is 0 for 2. He flied to right, and he bounced back to Dunning. Dunning winds, and the first pitch, a fastball called strike. Dunning has had good control over that outside corner to the right-hand hitters. Parker deep in the box, down on the bat, closed stance. Dunning winds, and the next pitch, a slider. The bat splintered. Spencer can't get it as he rolls over into foul territory. Well, Billy Parker hit that ball right on the end of the bat. The barrel went out halfway to the shortstop. And Spencer, trying to dive and make the catch of the ball, just missed. Had it go off his tip of his glove. So the count 0-2 to Parker. A new piece of lumber to stand back in. Flag in center field, just hanging right straight down. Dunning winds, and the 2-strike pitch. There's a high pop on the right side, and it's playable. Spencer coming down, calling in front of the Texas dugout to make the catch. With 1 gone, Jeff Torborg will stand in. Torborg was on in an air his first time at bat. Went to second base, the ball rolled in the dugout, and scored on the base hit by Dave Chalk. That's the only run for the Angels. We are tied at one out in the last half of the seventh inning. Steve Dunning winds, and the first pitch to Torborg, a fastball on the inside corner, strike one call. Torborg 0 for 2 tonight, starting the night at 219. On deck, Dave Chalk. Dunning has his sign, rocks into motion, and the one strike pitch is hit off the hands to the right side. That'll go back in the stands. The count 0-2. The third baseman, Madlock, back behind the bag and over towards the line. Infield all deep for Torborg. Everybody just at the edge of the grass, just about, except the third baseman, Madlock. The outfield straight away. The next pitch is popped back foul, back in the third deck, and the count remains at 0 balls and 2 strikes. Torborg, a little line drive hit into right field. That'll be a base hit. Burrows up with the ball, gets it back to Nelson, and a one-out single by Torborg, and Dave Chalk will stand in. So the hits tied at 5 apiece, the runs at 1 apiece. Chalk is 1 for 2. He singled in a run in the second inning, and he flied to center in the fifth. Now Madlock comes in on the edge of the grass. Infield and double play depth. Spencer playing behind Torborg. The outfield plays Chalk to pull. Dunning has his sign at the belt. The pitch to Chalk is on the outside corner. Strike one call. Dave steps out, looks down at his third base coach, Salty Parker, and steps back in. Starts to step back in and takes one little quick peek and now is in. On deck, Mickey Rivers. Dunning from the belt. Here's the one strike pitch. That's outside and low. Ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dunning has his sign from Billings. Into the stretch, he checks Torborg. The 1-1 pitch. A check swing, foul back. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. After 4, it is Minnesota 6 and the A's 1. Chalk starting the night at 2:29. Dunning to the stretch. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball pulled foul outside of third. Count remains 1-2. Well, tomorrow night, the third and final game of this series between the Rangers and the Angels. And it'll be Rich Hand with a record of 6-6 going for the Angels. He'll be opposed by Sonny Siebert, 7-12 for the Rangers. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A ground ball back up the middle. Mason over right to the bag. He goes to first, a double play. Now that ball took Mason right to the bag. An easy double play. The Angels gone in the 7th. In the inning, no runs on 1 hit. They leave nobody. And after 7, it's the Angels 1 and the Rangers 1.
When you say but, you've said a lot of things nobody else can say.
You know, people have been putting that Budweiser label on things for a long time. But not as long as we've been putting things on the Budweiser label. This label has been listing ingredients since 1876. And the Budweiser people have been saying, read the label, for an awful long time. Choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt.
When you say but, you tell the world you know what makes it all the way.
Continuation at the beginning of side 3, cassette number 2.
Well, we move to the top half of the 8th inning, and we're tied at 1 for more play. Here's Dick Enberg.
All right, Don, the pitch by Bill Singer is a slider outside to Dave Nelson. Nelson, the leadoff man, is 0 for 2. He sacrificed in the 6th inning, and that moved what proved to be the tying run into scoring position as Jeff Burroughs, with 2 outs, singled in that run. He lines this one past Chalk into left field for a hit, and that's a dangerous man to have on base. Nelson, who leads the club in stolen bases, he's got a total of 43. Stands at first base. A sharp single past Chalk. Here's Jim Mason. He's 0 for 3. He's hit the ball hard twice for outs. A deep fly to center and a line out to short. Infield looking for the sacrifice. Singer goes to first, chasing Nelson back. A 1-1 tie in the 8th inning. Singer looking for his 20th win, but it's not been easy tonight. The Angels only run unearned, and they wasted a couple other good chances to score. Oliver in very shallow at third. Again, the throw is to first to get Nelson back. Nelson has such a good success rate at stealing bases. Has to be a temptation for Billy Martin to let him try to steal, and then Mason might sacrifice him to third. Here's the pitch. He's swinging away and takes it low, ball 1. Nelson has been thrown out only 15 times while stealing 43. Mason was not squared around on that last pitch. Singer again goes to first, and Nelson hops back to the bag. Jeff Burroughs, 2 for 3, and he knocked in the Ranger run with a single to left field his last time up, is on deck. Here's the pitch. The runner goes inside. The throw through to second base, and they get him. A great throw by Torborg. Dave Chalk with a tag and a perfect throw by Jeff Torborg. Chalk had the ball waiting for Nelson's slide. Big play by Jeff. So 1 out. Now the pitch to Mason is fouled back out of play. Frank Umont has now indicated that now it's 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He turns toward the backstop and indicates that the pitch was a called strike on which Torborg threw out Nelson trying to steal. So it remains a 1-1 tie, and now the 1-2 pitch to Mason. Outside with a fastball. Dave Sells continues to throw in the Angel bullpen. Al Gallagher is also warming up out in the pen. Maybe a tip that the Angels are going to make a change. 2-2 delivery. Grounded weakly to the right side. McCraw charges. Singer covering, but McCraw dives to the bag for the out as he took the ball in the glove and then made his dive to the bag and hit the bag with the glove just ahead of Mason. To exchange the ball to Singer would have made it a very tough play. McCraw alertly just diving under the feet of Singer to make the unassisted put out. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Angels Radio Network.
This is KXTC, Glendale, Phoenix, 92.3 FM stereo.
Jeff Burroughs takes a strike. He's 2 for 3. Represents the home run threat. Slider is just outside 1-1. Burroughs with 28 home runs. He's knocked in his 82nd run of the season. Back in the 6th inning to tie the game at 1. 2 outs, no one on. We're in the top of the 8th inning. The Rangers and the Angels battled to a crazy finish last night. The Angels winning 10-9. 1-1 pitch. Slides it low and outside, 2-1. On deck is Jim Spencer. Burroughs is the one man in the lineup, and really the only one who represents true home run power. He can beat you with a one swing. 2-1 pitch. Check swing foul as Singer dipped from the side and threw him a slider, and Burroughs could not quite hold back. 2-2. Singer trying to keep that ball away from Burroughs' power and down low. Get that ball up above the waist, and Burroughs so very strong he can hit it out any place. 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul as he ran it inside on the hands, and Burroughs clipped it into the Angel dugout. Final game of the Rangers tomorrow night, then Minnesota in for 4 games to complete the season. Thursday night it'll be Nolan Ryan against Joe Decker. 2-2 pitch. Low with a fastball. Full count now to Jeff Burroughs. A run on 6 hits for the Rangers, a run on 5 hits for the Angels tonight. In the bottom of the 8th inning, the Angels will start with Mickey Rivers, Pinson and Robinson scheduled. The windup, the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball weakly to short, charging hard as Chalk. He can't make the play. The ball was hit right off the end of the bat. Chalk charging, and the ball did not come up, went off the tip of his glove, and it is ruled an error. So a 2-out error, and Burroughs is safe at first base. It would have been a tough play had Chalk come up with it cleanly. It would have been mighty interesting to see whether or not he could have thrown out Burroughs, because he had to come an awful long way to get it. The ball was not hit hard off the end of the bat, and when it hit that grass, it was slowing down. Chalk had to come from deep shortstop all the way to the edge of the grass on the infield, and the ball just went off the tip of his glove. Jim Spencer, 1 for 2 tonight, has a walk. Burroughs at first base. The pitch, high with a fastball. Well, the Twins are ripping up the Oakland A's tonight. Tony Oliva has just hit his 15th homer of the year with a couple of men on in the 5th inning. That makes it at least 9-1 Minnesota. Here's the pitch. Change fooled Jim Spencer. 1-1. Scheinblum deep and tucked into the right field corner. Rivers into right center. Parker at the edge of the grass at second base. 1-1 pitch. Slides it inside. 2-1. Burroughs, the tiebreaker at first base. And the big play in the inning, Torborg's throw nailing Dave Nelson trying to steal with no one out after Nelson had led off the inning with a hit to left field. 2-1 pitch. Outside. 3-1. So Singer falls behind on the count. Spencer checks with Billy Martin, who is coaching at third base, to see whether or not he can take a rip at this one. And the guess is yes. McCraw now not holding Burroughs on, playing behind him. Singer straightens, checks Burroughs, the pitch. Strike called on the knees, outside corner. 3-2. The 3-run homer by Oliva was all the Twins got, but they still lead 9-1. Oakland at bat in the bottom of the 5th. Oakland has used Dobson, Knowles, and Hamilton in that game. Runner goes, 3-2 pitch, grounded to shortstop. Chalk has only one play, that's to first base, and he gets Spencer by a couple of steps. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left for the Rangers to the bottom of the 8th inning, a 1-1 tie. In order to make flying to Chicago and the Great Northwest more convenient for you, Continental Airlines flies from Ontario International, an airport to remember. If you live or work nearby, flying from Ontario can save you time. It's closer than L.A. International, doesn't have large crowds or long lines while you're getting in or out of that terminal. And you can save money, too, because Continental offers economy fares from Ontario to Chicago, to Seattle, to Portland, and to Denver. Plus, Continental offers convenient daily service to each of these cities, like the 8:35 a.m. breakfast flight to Chicago, and the earliest flight as well as the only wide-bodied 727s to Seattle and to Portland, or the earliest flight of the day to Denver, leaving at 8 a.m. So it pays to remember Ontario International and Continental. For reservations, call your travel agent or call Continental. Continental Airlines, a flight to remember. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Angels trying to get a run for Bill Singer in this 1-1 tie. Mickey Rivers, who has been at third base twice in the game with 1 out but unable to score, will lead it off. He has a double and a triple in 3 at-bats. That has raised his average up to .352. 37 hits this month. Wow. Dunning, with the outfield around toward left, pumps the pitch. Low ball 1. Rivers, Pinson, and Robinson to face the right-hander Steve Dunning, who we would guess is pitching his best game of the entire season. He beat the Angels 8-3 in his last start in Texas, but he was 0-8 going into that game. His ERA is 6, and tonight he has allowed 1 unearned run and only 5 hits. He's walked only 1. That's been a key. New baseball to him, and he sends it on its way. Line drive, base hit, right center field. It's going to go through. There goes Rivers around first to second. Harris trying to cut it off. Rivers around second, and he holds as Harris does a good job of getting to the ball out in deep right center. If that ball gets by Harris and goes to the wall, Rivers not only goes to third, he could have flirted with an inside the Parker. All right, Rivers with 2 doubles and a triple tonight. He has been the Angels' offense. Here's Vada Pinson. He's grounded out 3 straight times. Angels have gotten Rivers to third with 1 out twice, but he hasn't scored. And Pinson is certainly thinking about that, trying to move him along, pull the ball. He might even be sacrificing. We'll see in a moment. Dunning straightens, looks back at Rivers. Time is called as Pinson backs out of the batter's box, and Dunning about to throw the ball, staggers off the mound as he had all that momentum going forward and didn't want to release the ball.
And right here you got Jim Spencer playing back deep on the right side along with Dave Nelson, of course, knowing Vada. Vada knows what he's supposed to do, but it certainly wouldn't surprise me right here to see Vada try and drag one just to make sure that he does it. He can handle the bat very well.
And who knows, he might get a base hit, too. Dunning straightens, looks back at second. Here's the pitch. No, he's swinging, and he takes it outside, ball 1. Angels baseball is brought to you by Chevrolet. Why don't you take yourself out to the ball game in a Chevrolet Chevelle? It's strong in ride and handling. It's quick, responsive, and smooth. Chevelle Malibu, Chevelle Laguna, they're great to drive. No one out. Rivers, the tiebreaker at second base in the 8th inning. The pitch, low, and he was going to bunt that time, 2-0. Madlock playing right at the corner of the infield grass, but the right side playing back the outfield straight away. 2 balls, no strikes on Pinson, who is not sure about Salty Parker's sign, and calls time and meets Parker halfway to third. Frank Robinson on deck. The paid attendance tonight, 5,044 to see Bill Singer go for his 20th. And we hope you'll make plans to be with us at least one more time before we say goodbye to this season. Nolan Ryan, that's reason enough to be out here Thursday night or on Sunday against the Twins. And don't forget Fan Appreciation Night, a big night for you fans on Saturday evening, a 7 o'clock game, and Singer will be pitching. All right, 2-0. Pinson knows what he's supposed to do. The pitch by Dunning, bunted foul. A high fastball, tough to bunt, and he hit it back to the screen. On the scoreboard, in the National League, all finals now. The Dodgers beat Atlanta 5-1 as Don Sutton picked up his 18th win. Ron Cey hit his 15th homer of the year. Cincinnati edged San Diego 3-2. Bellingham, his 19th win over Bill Greif. Houston beat the Giants 5-1. The Mets edged Montreal 2-1, while the Phillies knocked off Pittsburgh 2-1, and the Cubs edged St. Louis 4-3. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Bunted and missed. Did they call it a bunt try? No. Umon says he pulled the bat away. It was a high fastball. It appeared that Pinson went after it. 3-1 the count. In the American League, final 6-2, Kansas City beat the White Sox. In 13, Milwaukee edged the Yankees 3-2. Baltimore blasted Detroit 8-3, and Boston edged Cleveland 3-2. At Oakland, after 5 innings, 9-1, Minnesota leading the A's. Home runs by Adams, Killebrew, and Oliva for the Twins. Here it's a 1-1 tie, each team with 6 hits, each team with 1 error. The Angels have Rivers at second base and no one out in the bottom of the 8th. Season's attendance now 1,017,000. Jim Schellenbach, a left-hander, begins to warm up in the bullpen for the Rangers along with Steve Foucault. Dunning with a count 3-1 sets. Here's the pitch. Pinson takes it outside, ball 4. Pinson squared to bunt, and Spencer then charged hard, but the fastball sailed up and away. Only the second walk allowed by Steve Dunning, and here's Frank Robinson. Now do you ask Robinson to bunt?
I was just going to ask you that same question, Dick. Here's a man right here that you know his hands are hurting. He had to come out of the game last night. His legs have been bothering him a little bit. If he hits the ball on the ground, you got to figure it's a double play. What do you do? The kind of year that Robbie's had, 29 home runs, 94 RBI.
Well, the infield of the Rangers looking as if they can't believe Robinson would bunt. Everyone playing back.
He's going to bunt.
And he bunts in the air right to Jim Spencer for the out. So he tried to wait to the last minute to disguise his intent and pop the bunt hard toward first, and Spencer came in to make the easy catch. So the sacrifice attempt by Robinson goes awry. Runner still at first and second, one out. That certainly changes the whole situation, and Bob Oliver, the batter, he's walked, lined a single to left field, and grounded sharply to shortstop. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error. That's the story for both sides. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Steve Dunning and Bill Singer in a pitcher's duel. Rivers at second, Pinson at first. Plenty of speed on the bases for the Angels. Kickoff move to second, and Rivers dives back to the bag as Nelson came slipping in behind him from second base. That was well executed. And good actions by Rivers as Solly Parker over third base shouted, "Get back." With Rivers' speed and allowed a good leadoff, Pinson at first base, Rangers may be thinking about a possible steal. Again, Dunning whirls, and Rivers swimming back to second base. He literally made a couple of crawl strokes on his way back to second because he was caught leaning the other way, and although Dunning didn't throw it, Rivers, boy, he moves faster on his belly than a lot of guys on their feet. Wonder what he can do in water. That Floridian Rivers, he's really going through the swamps there. Oliver waiting patiently. Dunning kicks and deals. Inside and low, ball 1. And Rivers with a bluff move toward third that got everyone up on their toes, including Billy Martin, and he goes right on out to the mound to talk with Dunning. While he does that, with the drama still alive in the National League East, we gave you the scores of the games in the National League. Here's how it stacks up now in the only race that is still not developed a winner. With the Mets winning and the Pirates losing, New York has some breathing room. They lead by a game and a half. The Cubs jump all the way from 5th to 3rd with their victory. They're 3.5 out. St. Louis and Montreal 4 back, and the Phillies 10 out. So the Cubs still with a long shot chance, and the Bucks with a tough loss tonight to Philadelphia, while the Mets won at Shea before a big crowd, 43,000, and you know the fever is alive in New York City. All right, a 1-1 tie here at Anaheim. Martin's had his say. The pitch swung on and chopped toward third, foul. Rolls all the way toward the Angel dugout, and Dunning picks it up on the warning track. 1 ball and 1 strike to Oliver. Foucault and Schellenbach continue to throw in the Texas bullpen. Rivers at second, Pinson at first. Rivers has been bluffing as if he wants to steal third. See if he's serious about it. The 1-1 pitch. Outside with a slider, 2-1. And on that particular pitch, Dunning gave it a quick look at second and delivered, and Nelson was on his way to the bag, leaving the entire right side of the infield wide open. Nelson was caught out of position, but the pitch was outside, and Oliver took it. Here's the action pitch, 2-1. Dunning double checks the runner. The pitch swung on and fouled off Frank Humont's chest protector. Hang in there, Frank. Two and two now to Oliver. Tom McCraw on deck. Rivers has 2 doubles and a triple tonight. The Angels haven't been able to get him home. Here's the pitch. Fouled away again. Rivers at second, Pinson at first. Rivers doubled to lead off the first, died at third with 1 out. Tripled with 1 out in the 5th, couldn't score, and doubled to lead off this inning. Zeta Pinson has joined him at first base. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And Oliver up there with a count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Bill Singer doing a little cheerleading down in that Angel dugout. He'd love to get a run to work with going into the 9th inning. The 2-2 pitch. Oliver swings and grounds it to third. Madlock goes to second for one. The throw back to first base is in time. The inning is over. A double play around the horn, 5-4-3. And the Angels once again are denied. No runs to hit, a man left, and after 8 innings, a 1-1 tie.
I, Julius O. Schwartz, a purely fictitious but nevertheless beautiful person, do hereby proclaim the 1973 Vega GT the Julius O. Schwartz Car of the Year. Ta-da! Ta-da! I and a panel of experts, which included at various times my neighbor Harry Parker.
Hey, hi there.
And my best buddy from work, old Doug Mahoney.
That's me, old Doug.
We did some looking around and decided for the kind of money I was talking about, the Vega GT really walked away with it when it came to sporty looks and driving.
Hey, yeah.
Plus the hatch in the back with a seat that folds down and gives you lots of room to put things.
Lots of room.
Well, I bought one, and I got to tell you, it's really been a big event around our house this year, all of which is why I call our Vega GT the Julius O. Schwartz Car of the Year. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Hey, I got to go home, Julie.
The experts at Motor Trend magazine were impressed, too. They named the Vega GT their Economy Car of the Year, an honor almost as coveted as the Julius O. Schwartz Award. Ta-da! Test drive a Vega now. See what it's like to drive a winner.
Ninth inning, a 1-1 tie. Alex Johnson, Don Castle, and Bill Madlock scheduled to face Bill Singer. He's scattered 6 hits, but he's just even at 1-1. Johnson 0 for 2 in the game. Swings and fouls it out of play. Alex has walked, grounded to second, and lined out to right center field. He has not pulled a ball in the 2 games of this series. Everything has gone toward right, and that's how the Angels align themselves. The 0-1 pitch. Slides it low and outside, 1-1. Well, you know, all season long it hasn't mattered whether it was the Texas Rangers or the Baltimore Orioles, the Oakland A's. The games have been mighty tight here at the Big A. Swing and a miss as Johnson tried to pull that one. 1-2. And when you think about the year, you just have a feeling, without pointing at any specifics, that it's just that one run, that one key hit that Harry Dalton is going to be searching for in the trade market during the winter. The pitch, hit in the air to shortstop. Little chop stroke by Johnson, and Chalk squeezes it right in the base path at shortstop for the out. Alex gave it the karate chop on that swing, just about 6 inches, and trying to just punch one somewhere, but hit it in the air, the soft fly ball. Don Castle grounded into a double play, a hard comebacker to Singer. Takes it outside and fly to center, 0 for 3. He's been up now just 4 times all month since being recalled from the minor leagues. Left-handed hitter, slightly closed stance. The pitch, high with a fastball, 2-0. In the bottom of the 9th inning, the Angels have Tom McCraw, Richie Scheinblum, and Billy Parker scheduled. The pitch, low and inside, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes on Don Castle. Singer pumps. The pitch misses outside. He loses him on 4 straight. For Singer, that is his 3rd walk of the night, and it brings up Bill Madlock. He has a looping single to center field and 3 at-bats. Since joining the big club, he's hit an even .300, 1 home run, and 5 runs batted in. Infield sets itself for 2. Oliver guarding the line. There's a slider for a strike. Oliver is playing very close to the line, which really opens up that left side of the infield. Chalk is playing in double play position, and with Oliver only about 8 feet from the line, there's a big hole between short and third. Outfield playing a shade to pull. Singer checks the runner. The pitch is outside, 1-1. Dick Billings on deck. 1 out, Castle at first. The pitch gets away, all the way past Torborg to the screen, and that tie-breaking run moves into second base. Castle on the wild pitch. So a walk and a wild pitch, and Singer's problems, his control problems, have led him to a pressure situation now in the 9th inning. A 1-1 tie, and now, instead of a long extra base hit, just a single will get Castle home, and Oliver now still protecting the line. He backs up now and moves over to his left. So the Angel dugout noting that, they moved him over to protect that alley between short and third. The pitch, just outside with a breaking ball. 3-1. And now with first base open, the thinking may be to put Madlock on and set up a play at every base with Billings due next. Singer checks the runner, the pitch. Swing and a miss. A half-hearted swing by Madlock. He was fooled.
And in this position right here, just like the pitch that Bill threw, you've got to make him hit your pitch because you've got a good double play man coming up next.
Billings does not run that well. All right, 3-2 the count. Castle at second in the ninth inning with one out. The Angels with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position in the sixth elected to pitch to Burroughs, and he singled in the run. They walked Madlock. Fastball was low. And here comes Billings. Billings, a 179 hitter, is fly to center and grounded out twice. Tom Morgan goes to the mound to talk with a battery of Singer and Torborg.
And maybe one thing right now that Morgan wants to check on Dick, he wants to check on, see how Singer feels naturally, and Bill, regardless of what question he asks him, he's going to be all right. And of course, Singer has had that blister on his finger. Morgan through with this conversation right now. And they had Madlock set up perfectly. Singer just missed with a fastball low and in. He'd been throwing Madlock a steady diet of sliders all night long. He had him 3-2 and just missed with a fastball. Madlock was fooled.
The pitch to Billings is fouled back out of play. Billings from Michigan State. Very bright young man. He is managed in winter ball, tipping his hand. Perhaps that's something he'd like to do after his playing career is over. Infield back, looking for the double play chance. Castle at second, Madlock at first base. Singer ahead on the count, 1 strike. Here it comes. Inside with a fastball. 2 walks in the ninth inning for the Rangers. Remember last night they had 7 runs in the ninth, and the Angels came back with 4 to win it 10-9. Tonight a 1-1 tie. Singer checks the runners. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. He got the fastball by Billings. Kept it inside. 1-2.
There's a perfect example right there. Those last 3 pitches on when you talk about setting up a hitter. All the night, why, they've been throwing Billings a slider. They started with a slider, leaned him back with a fastball, so you got to figure he's looking for a slider, came back with a high fastball.
Ground ball to short. Chalk is up with it. Flips to second. Parker back to first. A double play. It wasn't hit that hard, but nicely turned as the slider was pulled. A slider away. Billings pulled it and hit it, led Chalk toward the bag. It was not hit hard, but Chalk moving to the bag. That saved the double play. Able to make the short flip to Parker, and Parker's sidearm toss to McCraw just did double up Billings. No runs, no hits, and 1 left for the Rangers to the bottom of the ninth. A 1-1 tie.
This month, the men along the Chevron Way are offering big savings for little cars with special sale prices on 2 rugged Atlas mini tire lines, the SS Radial and SS4, built specially for compact and import cars. Right now, Standard stations and most Chevron dealers will give you 20% off suggested exchange price on the Atlas SS Radial. Besides their sporty look, Radial tires will give you a new feel at the steering wheel. The SS Radial offers easier handling, better tire mileage, plus 5 tough tread plies. Also on sale at 20% off suggested exchange price is the Atlas SS4. This tough 4-ply bias tire has a quality nylon cord body for impact resistance and cool running performance. Come in, get a free tire check at Standard stations and most Chevron dealers, and take advantage of this special sale offer. 20% off suggested exchange price on these Atlas compact and import car tires. The Chevron Way Economy Drive is on at Standard stations and Chevron dealers. And this month, Atlas mini tires are leading the way.
Bottom of the ninth inning. The Angels won. The Texas Rangers won. Tom McCraw starts it for the Angels, who have had chances the last 2 innings, but Dunning has come up with a double play to get out of both frames, and Bill Singer has just done the same in the top half of this inning. McCraw 0 for 3 tonight. The line by Dunning, the pitch. High, ball 1. Sal Bando has homered up in Oakland, his 28th of the year. No one on in the 6th inning to cut the Minnesota lead to 9-2. 1 ball, no strikes. Dunning wheels and deals. A line drive over Nelson's glove. Out into right center field. Burrows over to cut it off and gets it in. And the winning run is on in the bottom of the 9th inning. A solid single by McCraw. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Angels Radio Network.
And this is KXTC, Glendale, Phoenix 92.3 FM stereo.
Richie Scheinblum, the batter. He is not a good bunter. We'll see if the Angels are going to play for the 1 run. He does square and takes it high, ball 1. Spencer charging hard from first base, and Madlock racing in from third. McCraw has led off the 9th inning with a solid single to right, the 7th Angel hit off Dunning tonight. Scheinblum, the Angels' leading hitter, 327. For those who've been with the club any length of time. 1-0 pitch, swinging away, and he punches it foul. He had Madlock coming in from third, was just going to try to drive it past him and hit it into the left field seats. That kind of raised the eyebrows of Bill Madlock. So he kind of moves back on that grass a bit. Foucault and Schellenbach, a left and right-hander throwing again in the Ranger bullpen. McCraw leads away from first. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Here's the pitch. Bunted up the first baseline, foul. Scheinblum, as we said, has great difficulty, even in batting practice, putting down bunts in fair territory, and he's been unsuccessful tonight. 1-2 the count. See if Scheinblum will be asked to sacrifice with 2 strikes on him. McCraw at first, 1-2 the count. Dunning sets. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a line drive to short, back to first base, double play. McCraw thought the ball was going to left, and he ran much too far. He was doubled up easily. For the 3rd straight inning, the Angels have hit into a double play. And the failure to sacrifice not only takes a chance for 2 men to knock in the winning run, but it develops into a double play. Now here's Billy Parker. The pitch by Dunning is all the way to the screen. Ball 1. One ball to count on Parker. He's 0 for 3. Dunning delivers. Swing and a miss. Good low fastball, 1-1. Yeah, Billy hit all those home runs down at Salt Lake City, but he's learned that different league up here, and no home runs yet since being recalled, although he's still trying. He's got that bat right down in the end, swinging that big piece of wood. 1-1 pitch. Chopped toward third. Tough play for Madlock on the run. He throws him out, and we go into extra innings. After 9, the Rangers 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error. The Angels 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error. Well, Fan Appreciation Night here at Anaheim Stadium will be celebrated on Saturday night, and that will include gifts for all you youngsters, so why not plan on bringing the entire family to see the Angels and Minnesota Twins on Saturday night, September 29th. That's this coming Saturday. The first 8,000 of you youngsters will receive souvenir gifts from the Angels. It's on a first-come, first-served basis, and there'll be a choice among T-shirts and pennants, 3-ring binders, and pictures. And remember, the game begins at 7 o'clock. Fan Appreciation Night. Bill Singer will be on the mound for the Angels this Saturday evening. Tickets on sale at Anaheim Stadium box office 9 to 5:30 daily, at Mutual and Liberty agencies, and at UCB in Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. And those of you who have been here at Fan Appreciation Nights in the past know that there's always a few extra mighty happy people who leave the ballpark on that night. A 1-1 tie after 9 innings tonight. Bill Singer once again seems to have happened several times this year. Has pitched very well and has had to go into extra innings to win the game, and that was true of his last start in Texas, where he had to go into extra frames to beat the Texas Rangers to get his 19th win. We go to the 10th and more play. Here's Don.
All right, Dick, it'll be Vic Harris to lead it off, and then we'll go to the top of the order and Dave Nelson and Jimmy Mason. Now, Bill Singer's pitched fine ball tonight. He is tied at 1 going to 10. Oliver up on the grass at third. Singer winds, and the first pitch to Harris is inside for ball 1. Here's a man right here you've got to try and keep off the base because he can steal it on you. Pretty good 1-2 punch here, Harris and Nelson. Singer's next pitch, a line drive over the glove of Chalk into left center field, base hit. Rivers got to get it back in a hurry as Harris has his second hit of the night. So that is hit number 7 off of Singer. And now Dave Nelson will stand in. Nelson tonight is 1 for 3. He bounced to third, struck out, sacrificed, and he singled in the 8th. Oliver creeping up on the grass at third. On deck, Jimmy Mason. McCraw holding Harris at first base. Singer taking time, checking signs, goes to the stretch. Nelson around a bunt, takes a fastball high and inside for ball 1. Harris has stolen 12 bases. He's been caught 12 times. He is second in line to Dave Nelson, who has stolen 43. Singer goes over to first, and Harris back easily. So everything even on the scoreboard. 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error apiece. Singer set. Nelson around a bunt, takes outside and low for ball 2, 2-0. Now Dave steps out, checks down with Billy Martin at third base as Tom Morgan goes out to the mound to have a talk with Bill Singer and Jeff Torborg. And in a case right here, you are liable to see Billy Martin just put a hit and run on. Billy is not the type of manager that will play by the book. Singer has fallen behind, 2 balls and no strikes. And Billy realizing that he's got to come with a strike. He does not want to walk Nelson. Now you've got runners at first and second. Jimmy Mason up. And a sacrifice could put runners at second and third with just 1 out. So we'll see how the Rangers play it. Tom Morgan back to the dugout. Oliver still coming up on the grass at third. Nelson takes a strike, a fastball. Dave around a bunt and backed away. Now he steps out again, checks down with Martin at third. Bill flashing a few signs. Harris away at first base. McCraw still holding. Singer goes over. And Vic back in time. 2 youngsters from Los Angeles. Vic Harris at first base. And Dave Nelson, the hitter. Singer set. Around a bunt and does foul up the first base side. So the count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The outfield playing straight away. Singer on the rubber. He checks signs. He checks Harris at first base. Here's a 2-2 pitch, a slider, pop foul coming back. And the count remains at 2-2. Nelson keeping an eye on Singer, also Billy Martin. Bill on the rubber. Check signs with Torborg. At the bell as he checks Harris. A 2-2 pitch hit off the hands. A little looper, right center field, base hit. Harris will stop at second base as Rivers gets the ball back in. And the Rangers have runners at first and second and nobody out. That ball hit right off the hands. A little looper into right center. Well, nobody out in the Texas 10th. And Jimmy Mason to stand in. And you've got to figure that he has got to be sacrificing. McCraw in on the grass at third. And his place to sacrifice should be down the third base side. Singer around. The bunt is up the first base side. And it'll go foul. Torborg out in a hurry. Well, the play with runners at first and second where you want the ideal sacrifice is up the third base line as close to the line as you can to force that third baseman in to make the play on the ball. But twice tonight we've seen bunters go the opposite way. Now McCraw sneaking way in, around a bunt and takes down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Mason steps out and he'll go down to talk to Billy Martin halfway down the coach's line. I'd say the batter or the baseline. Martin through his talk. Harris at second, Nelson at first, and Mason back to the plate. On deck is Jeff Burrows. Now Singer taking time. Oliver at the bag at third. He cannot afford to commit himself too quick because you might have a play at third. Around a bunt and takes low with a fastball, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Oliver at third, McCraw up on the grass at first, Vic Harris the runner at second, Dave Nelson at first. Good speed on the bases for Texas. Chalk holding Harris at second. Around the bunt, Mason does so up the third baseline. It's a good one. Singer one play to first base in time to get him. Well, there's how that works right there. Oliver had to stay at the bag at third. It was a perfect bunt by Jimmy Mason. Singer only had one play, and he had to hurry to get Mason at first. The runners advance.
Well, the Angels have not been able to move their runners up on the sacrifice. Twice the Rangers have, and the first time it led to the only run they scored in the 6th inning as Burroughs, the man who steps up now, singled in the run. With the sacrifice now, Burroughs won't get a chance to hit.
Now they will walk Jeff Burroughs intentionally, and they will go to Jim Spencer. Now you've got to see the wheels turning in Billy Martin's head right here. A ground ball, you figure a double play and you're out of the inning. Martin certainly not adverse to the squeeze play. We saw that happen last night. We've seen it happen many times at Detroit. And of course at Detroit he had the big boppers. They could go out there and they could just advance you on just base hits, one base at a time. Jim Spencer, he can handle a bat pretty well. Spencer checking with Martin as he moves up to the batter's box, takes a few practice swings. Torborg, a quick chat with Singer. The infield and double play depth, McCraw in at first. Oliver in at third. So with McCraw in, that makes it just a little easier for Spencer if he should pull the ball to hit the ball by McCraw. Now the Angels are going to bring their infield in on the right side. Singer set, and the first pitch is taken low for ball 1. Billy Parker a step on the grass at second base. Singer again at the belt. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A high hopper over Parker's head and a base hit. Here comes 1 run. Here comes 2 runs. And Texas takes a 3-1 lead. A perfect double play ball. And Parker was drawn in. And the Rangers score 2 to take the lead 3-1.
Well, that was an unusual piece of strategy by the Angels to bring that right side of the infield in so tight. Parker was actually in on the grass. Had he been playing even halfway, he would have had a big hop and an easy double play. Instead, it becomes a delightful 2-run single for ex-Angel Jim Spencer.
And on the play, Burroughs moves to third. It's 3-1 Texas. Now Alex Johnson stands in. Now the infield will move back. Singer set in the first pitch outside with a slider, ball 1.
Singer, as that ball bounded over Parker's head, just took his glove off and threw it in the air as if to say, there, I made a perfect pitch and got exactly what I wanted, and they get 2 runs.
The 1-0 pitch, a high chopper. This will score another run. They're only going to get 1. Chalk to McCraw in time. Now Burroughs scores, and that is 2 gone, and it is now 4-1 Texas. Well, you really can't blame Bill Singer for flipping that glove in the air like that. He could have been out of the inning, but just the fate of the high hop. On the play, Spencer moves to second base with Burroughs scoring. And Don Castle will come on, and now it looks as though that the first base umpire might have thrown Alex Johnson out. As Johnson crossed the bag at first base, Johnson, and I don't know whether he threw him out or Billy Martin's over arguing on the play. He's arguing on the play, and Johnson, as he crossed the bag, he just took his helmet and threw it back onto the playing field. And Martin, all the way from the coach's box at third base, over to tell Joe Brinkman exactly what he thinks about. Jackie Moore still talking to Brinkman at first base. Frank Umont walking back to home plate, holding his hands out, and I think, come on, boys, just take it easy. You've got a 4-1 lead. It might be over. That is not going to settle down Billy Martin or the Texas Rangers right now. Now with 2 gone, Don Castle steps in. Spencer out at second base. Singer started to go to the stretch, backs off, and Castle steps out. Bill now ready, and a pitch to Castle inside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the next pitch. That's hit into left field down the line. Pinson coming a long way to go. Still coming in fair territory. Makes the catch.
Natural ingredients, best to brew the best. Natural aging, a costly, time-consuming step, the only way to brew a natural beer. Natural carbonation for a refreshing, clean edge. Natural ingredients, natural aging, natural carbonation. You owe yourself the natural one.
The natural one will satisfy and help add to the fun. Settle down to the natural one. Settle down to Bush. Settle down to Bush.
Well, as we go to the last half of the 10th inning with the Rangers leading at 4-1, Steve Foucault comes on to do the pitching for the Rangers, and we were right that Alex Johnson had been run by the first base umpire, Joe Brinkman, and he threw his helmet back onto the playing field as he crossed over the bag at first base, and Elliot Maddox has gone out to left field to replace Alex Johnson. So the outfield now of Maddox, Harris, and Burrows from left to right, and Winston Jenness will come on. He will lead it off for the Angels, and he will hit for Torborg. So for Foucault, he has won 2, he has lost 4. He has 7 saves on the year, making his 32nd appearance, and a 3.95 earned run average.
For the Angels, batting for Torborg, number 12, Winston Jenness.
Now Winston Jenness coming on to try and get the Angels back in the ball game. The Rangers scoring 3 times in the 10th inning, and they lead it 4-1. Foucault, stocky right-hander, winds, and the first pitch to Jenness, a fastball on the inside corner, strike 1 call. Jenness hitting .270, has a home run and 24 RBIs. The 1-strike pitch, a ground ball hit to Madlock at third, a great play to his left to throw him out. Now, Bill Madlock has made a couple of fine plays down there at third base tonight. 1 gone for the Angels in the 10th. And Charlie Sands will come on to hit for Dave Chalk.
Number 19, Charlie Sands.
Now Charlie Sands, strong left-hand hitter, stands in. He goes after a fastball, doesn't get it, strike 1. Sands hitting .286 with a home run and 5 RBIs. Infield, round to the right and deep. The outfield the same. Foucault's next pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now time called as Frank Umont writing down on his scorecard the change in the lineup. Sands back in, Foucault ready to go, and the 1-1 pitch is taken low with a fastball, ball 2. On deck, Mickey Rivers. Here's a 2-1 pitch, a fastball, swung on and missed, strike 2, 2-2. Well, the Angels scored an unearned run in the second inning. The Rangers tied it in the 6th, and they scored 3 times in the 10th. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That swung, make that a 2-2 pitch, swung on, foul tipped and held by Billings, and Sands strikes out. So Steve Dunning has a chance to win his second game of the year. Foucault has a chance to pick up his 8th save as 2 are gone, and Mickey Rivers stands in. Here's the first pitch to Mickey, a ground ball hit to the second baseman, Dave Nelson. This will do it on to Spencer. The Rangers win it 4-1. And the series tied at a game apiece. Steve Dunning the winner, Bill Singer the loser. For the totals, here's Dick.
All right, Don, Texas 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They left 8 men on base. The Angels 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. They stranded 6. Dunning the winner. He has 2 wins and 8 losses, both wins in his last 2 starts against the Angels. Steve Foucault with his 8th save of the year. The losing pitcher, and had to be a tough one for Bill Singer. He's now 19-14. Mickey Rivers doubled to lead off 2 innings and tripled with 1 out in another inning, and the Angels just couldn't get him home. We'll visit with a man who drove in the winning runs for the Texas Rangers.
California Angels Baseball is brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California and its Chevron dealers and Standard stations. People really count.